Elder law attorneys are going to be able to help you prepare legal instruments, guide you through public resources, and help establish a plan of care. You need to have the paper. And by paper, I mean the right legal instruments to give you the authority to make decisions for your loved one. One of the saddest cases I had in my office was a married couple, really sweet lady. She was a school teacher. Her husband had a stroke. They never had a financial power of attorney because they didn't think they needed one because they were married. That's a very common mistake that I see families make. Everybody over the age of 18 needs to have a power of attorney. Unfortunately for this client, we had to get guardianship over her husband, which required a lengthy legal process that was time-consuming and expensive. I want everybody to avoid having to go through guardianship. So if you're over the age of 18, regardless if you're married or not, you need to have a financial power of attorney. You also need to have a medical power of attorney for you and for your loved one. A medical power of attorney makes medical decisions in case of an emergency, or if you cannot make medical decisions for yourself, or your loved one can't make medical decisions for himself or herself. And it's important to have these documents before the need arrives. I get calls at my office routinely saying, my mom's in ICU. I need to get that financial power of attorney. In most cases, if your loved one doesn't understand what they're signing, then you may have to get guardianship over them, which is a time-consuming and expensive process. Also, if you don't have powers of attorney for financial and medical decision-making, there's a lot of confusion in families on who's going to have these roles. So it's important while you're planning, while you're putting together your toolbox, to think about who is going to be the best. I'm married into a family of engineers. My father-in-law has kept a log of every oil change in his car for the last 10 years. He is on my financial power of attorney. My brother works with people that have acquired brain injuries, and he's amazing in crisis situations. So he is on my medical power of attorney. Pick the people that are going to do the best job. It doesn't have to be the same order in each document. Another document that I have a lot of questions about at my office is a directive to physicians, also known as a living will. In this document, you and your loved one can let your medical power of attorney know what kind of treatment you want in case of an irreversible or terminal condition. I know these are very difficult topics to think about and to talk about. One of the things I tell my families is, if you have it in writing and you do it ahead of time, when and if the time comes, it's going to be so much easier. And your family is going to be able to make those decisions with confidence and knowing that they're doing what you wanted to do. Put the overall plan in writing. Work with your team to put together who's going to be making what decisions when, what medication your loved one is on, what are their special requirements. Does your special needs child have a certain blanket or toy? Does your grandfather with dementia, does he like a certain type of music or certain food? What comforts them? What makes them happy? One of the things as caregivers we have to realize is we're not immortal. So think about putting together your feelings and your thoughts about how you want your loved one to be cared for in writing, so that others can take a look at it and continue your plan of care that you've established. It's important to review this written plan. I recommend on a yearly basis if possible. Pick a special event, somebody's birthday, Valentine's Day, an anniversary, and pull it out, spend 15-20 minutes reviewing it, making sure everything is in that written document that you want. Review your estate planning documents. Make sure that the right people are listed in the right places. Review the money. Make sure you know all the updated financial information for your loved one. And then go celebrate. You deserve it. You've done a great job as a caregiver. Congratulate yourself and know that you've done everything you needed to do to be a caregiver to your loved one.